Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Game Dojo. It's your triumphant host, the Game Ninja. You know where you are, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the Game Dojo. Sick. There we go. 360 Xbox wall, Nintendo wall, gigantic Nintendo Switch. Right there, PlayStation wall, other Nintendo wall. Games good, plenty. It is me, Johnny Arcade. No, it's not Johnny Arcade. It's Rain. If you guys know who Johnny Arcade was, shout it out in the comments. Video power. This show is kicking with maximum hype. You say video power? Yeah, that's right. Word. Yeah. It was kind of whack. His rap was whack, but the game show was awesome. It came in the mornings before we went to school back in the day. If it came on, you got to see all of it, then chances are you knew you were late for school. But basically, it was a game show where they pick people from the audience, they play games, and whoever wins gets to run through this gigantic game maze, collecting all the games they possibly can, and one special game that they collect and put on there, and they win special prizes. Great time to be alive. You guys don't know about that. But what are we talking about here today? We're talking about handhelds. Now, the first two videos you guys saw was like micro mini arcades, mini arcades, gaming watches and things like that. This one we're going to come straight directly for handheld goodness. So what am I talking about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Well, let me tell you.
Look at this collection of goodies. Game Boy Advance. We have the DS, 2DS XL, the Nintendo DS. We have the PSP. We have the 3DS. We have the Game Boy Advance SP. Goodness. And then we have that beautiful Nintendo Switch. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A whole host of goodness. PlayStation, Nintendo, and mini goodness. A lot of the games are in those bags. I didn't pull out too many. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have the handheld goodness. The PSP is basically what it implies, a PlayStation Portable, just in a mini version. And the games, I have some right here. I also have some on my wall over there. They also had movies, like if you see that, that's Godzilla the movie. They also had UMDs that was really good. I don't expect it to turn on because the batteries has got to be dead. Is the battery dead? Yeah. I think the battery has to be dead. I mean, I haven't busted this in a minute. Oh, wrong side. So this is the power. Let's see if we got here. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I think his power is dead right now. I think the power's dead. Give me 1 second to check this out. Alright, there we go. So we finally did find the power for it. Thank God. So let's turn it on. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And you might be familiar with the infrastructure because, yeah. I know it's not 2009. Let's just let you know how long I had this thing on here. ADO. 15. Here we go. Here we go. And then, like I said, it's like a PlayStation controller. You just hit X. There we go. And as you see, it's charging. You might recognize the infrastructure. Yes, I do have Beavis and Butthead, the TV series in here. But yeah, so you can do video, game. You can update internet browser, sign into the PlayStation Network, PlayStation Store. I'm not even quite sure if it's still fully functional. It could be. There we go. Memory stick, camera, video settings. Like I said, it's pretty damn awesome. Like I said, something you definitely want. And the UMD is here, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this one because you can watch movies on it. You can stream on your Nintendo Switch. I believe they have Hulu and YouTube, so you can somewhat watch movies and television on it, but it didn't have its own dedicated kinds of movies as these did here, these UMD movies. I have quite a few, and my brother Phil just brought over some more. I think he brought over Pulse and something else, and Ghostbusters, and what's that one down there with the lady on it? At the bottom, on the wall.
Oh, we're here?
Yeah.
The replacement killers is actually a movie, I think.
There you go, the replacement killers. And as you can see here, you can play all, select a cartoon, and I like this because you can actually watch. You can actually watch TV. Where is the volume? Is this the volume? No, that's not the volume. Where is the volume on this thing? Oh, maybe it's right here where it says volume. Yeah, so that PSP is cool, even by today's standards. I mean, it's not that big. Like I said, it's a handheld, but look. I mean, it's awesome. The power in your hands is unimaginable. You guys just gotta, it's out there, man. So let's move on to the next one real quick, because I could get into this forever. I mean, moving right on to the next thing, we have that Game Boy Advance. Now, the only problem with the Game Boy Advance is you need a light, because this thing is almost impossible to see in low light. In sunlight, it's probably the best, or if you're next to a lamp. Batteries last long. There you go, as you can see. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Can barely make it out, but that is Super Mario Kart. And like I said, as long as you have direct light, this is absolutely a wonder and a joy to play because it's in color. It's quite old. It's seen better days, but yeah, definitely something to carry in your hands if you want to bust games and enjoy. And like I said, I like it because the Advance takes those original long cartridges. It takes both these and these ones right there in the system tray. Absolutely love it. And like I said, you can plug this in, true, but it also runs off batteries. It has a battery cartridge, which is absolutely amazing because the original Game Boy was meant to be portable and take it with you. So you couldn't always plug it in. Sometimes you needed to go off-road and use batteries, just like the 2DS XL. Now this one is also amazing because it gives you the ability to use those nice new cartridges. Now, I do not know if this has power because it's been unplugged for a while. Oh wow, there we go. One of the nice things about the 2DS XL is because it was like the 3DS where you could play games in 3D, but you didn't always need to. And it says I have Mario Kart in here. I believe it came pre-installed with a Mario Kart, but yes, this takes cartridges as well. And like I said, it's actually pretty awesome. Let me see if I can click it onto there. Yeah. Yeah, and you can, forgot it's a touchscreen, which is pretty good. It's got 3DS, but it's the 2DS. But yeah, wanted you guys to get a good look at it. It doesn't flip clamshell like its predecessors, but it's actually pretty awesome. There's the stylus right there. There's the 2DSL logo. You can hear the sound is pretty nice. I like the it has the D-pad as well as a I don't gonna say a Joy-Con. It's like a handheld toggle that just slides around back and forth. So it's kind of like a thumb grip. It's actually pretty accurate. But yeah, so you can hit home, take you back home right there, and you can close it out. Saving data, closing software. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And this has all the things too. Online, you can download games, which is always good. They have the Nintendo Zone. You can download and play. A lot of people have hacked these and put other things on them. I really haven't yet. I don't know why, but I just haven't. But they'll tell you there's no game inserted into the slot, but you can put anything into the slot that you want. Pause. Okay. So we're going to hold it, and we're going to hit power off. Screen's actually very, very good. And then moving right along, we have the DS, the Nintendo DS, the docking station. That's right. I already have a game in there. Now, the thing I liked about the DS, a lot of people did not know. I kind of wish the Switch had this ability, but you can use DS cartridges here, and then on the other side of it, you can use Game Boy cartridges. That's right, these ones and these ones, both long and short game cartridges you can use in this. So you can play your backwards Game Boy games as well as DS games right here in the slot. And that made for an amazing idea because it's something they didn't do after that. And most of these, as you can see, haven't been on in a very long time, but they still do have the power. So their batteries was amazing battery life. I wish they made cell phones life like this. Touch screen to continue. There we go. And we can do Mario Kart. There we go. Because Mario Kart's inserted pretty much in all my game systems because basically, there we go. Mario Kart DS. Pretty beautiful screen actually right there. Volume is actually pretty good, but I actually love it. I love the clamshell because it protects the screen, something that I wish more game systems did. Let me turn this off and close the clamshell. But like I said, that ability to play two games at the same time loaded into the system. You have the DS games and then you have the Game Boy games, and you both took the long cartridges and the small cartridges. Now, just imagine if they made a new Switch system with this in mind, where you can play your backwards compatible Switch games here and your new games up front. Just a thought process, Nintendo. Just think. And then we have over here the lovely Game Boy SP. This is close to the original Game Boy, and it does take the big brick cartridges, as you can see right there. But the thing about this one, which was actually pretty damn amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Where's power? Is that power? No, is that power? No, that's volume. Power is on this side. The awesome thing about this is it did have a backlit screen. Unlike the Game Boy Advance, it had its backlit screen, and it's actually pretty nice, as you can see right here. You can turn the volume up. But yeah, look at the screen. Actually, the screen is pretty amazing, all things considering. And it has a pretty good D-pad, A and B. What more do you need? And the greatest thing about this one, like I said, besides taking both the long cartridges and old cartridges, as I like the clamshell because it protects the screen. But you can put the old Game Boy, original Game Boy cartridges and the Game Boy Advance cartridges in here. And I like this. You can charge this as well. It did have the left and right on top of there, as well as a networking option. But the Game Boy SP was basically a step up from this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Game Boy Advance. As long as you're in direct sunlight or direct light, or you bought the Game Boy light. But this is along the lines of this. So you can see as they moved up with systems back and forth, they kept certain things in mind. I kind of like the clamshell idea because it protects the screen. That's actually pretty cool to me. But that's the Game Boy SP. We then have the 3DS XL. That's right, 3DS XL. And this one is reminiscent of the 2DS. It just has the ability to go from 3D to 2D, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Let's see if the power is still running on it. There we go, and it's still going. All right. No, return home. Return home. Where's the home button? Where's the home button? Home. There we go. And as you can see, you have a bunch of things loaded on this. We have Mario Kart 7 as well because, well, you know who we are. You know what we do. Team Red Shell. We game Mario Kart pretty much on everything. So I like this one. Like I said, it's the same as the 2DS XL. It's got a pretty good screen. It's a little bit bigger, actually, I think. You get the ability to do 3D and 2D, which that's what this little switch up here on the side is. Little switch lets you do 2D and 3D, which ain't gonna show up pretty much good on my screen, but yeah. So like I said, this is the 3DS, and I like the clamshell idea. This was the last time, because after this, all the other handheld systems they had did no longer have a clamshell, which is, to me, it pretty much sucks. And we're going to power off. And then we're going to clamshell it. So like I said, I did like the clamshell. Now this one only gives you the 3DS and 2DS and the DS cartridges. This one is not backwards compatible like the DS does for both sides of the cartridges. So one and then the other, but it's okay. Which brings us to the granddaddy as we came along through the system to learn that beautiful Nintendo Switch. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love my Switch. Don't know about you, but I love my Switch. And the Switch is just absolutely awesome. I bust it pretty much every day. One, two, three. Pretty much every day I bust it. And these are my special Joy-Cons because I like them better, so much better. But yeah, let's see if we can show you right here. Yeah. So I like the fact that you can take the cartridges right there. It's a good idea, but I kind of wish they had like a backwards compatibility, but they don't need to with all these emulators that they have on here. Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance with the light, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, NES. You actually gotta love it. You actually gotta love it. And that's what we're here to talk about, because when it comes to handheld gaming goodness, telling you, the haves enjoy, the have-nots, I guess they don't enjoy, but you can still enjoy, because these things are easy to find, these things are easy to enjoy, and ladies and gentlemen, they are what you need when the power goes out, when you need some excitement, or if you want to step away from the TV, you want to live into your own world, you want to be part some. This is where gaming can take you, because here in the Game Dojo, like I said, we game anywhere, everywhere, almost anywhere at a time. There should never be a point in your life where you don't have the ability to pull out a game. Even with the micro mini arcade ones, there's some games, some gaming devices that as small as a debit card, you can slide it into your pocket to get your game on. Sometimes life can be overly tough and overly rough, and sometimes you got a game. Sometimes, I mean, how would you rather see me? You know what I'm saying? Stealing cars in Grand Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto. Sorry, my English Tourette's kicked in. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, but where would you rather see me? Playing Grand Theft Auto, stealing a car, or coming through your window and taking your TV, bruh? Nah. This is what I'm saying. So, listen to the Game Ninja when we say handheld gaming goodness, it'll never go away. I mean, there's nothing wrong with consoles, and like I said, here we go. I have consoles. I have all the consoles. There's PS4, Xbox, Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, I have PlayStation 3s, Xbox 360s. We got all the systems. We do have all the systems. So when it comes to consoles, we're console too. But when you're gaming on the go, when you have to be away from your main system, sometimes gamers, just like an addiction, we need to game. And sometimes you can't always have the ability to take these things with you for fear of losing them, for fear of being taken, or for fear of certain times, certain places just don't allow it. Which brings me to my next thought. I know people who game worse than me. I have it bad. I mean, you can tell. You can tell I have it bad, but I know people have it worse. I know people that they gaming in the bathroom on their lunch break. They gaming when they ain't on their lunch break in the bathroom. They pull it out their pocket, go for a walk. They go for a smoke break, but they got a game. These little handheld gaming systems, they're a coping mechanism that's absolutely amazing in the land of gaming because it allows you to get it in whenever, however. Hey, let me tell you something. You remember my lunchtime gameplays back in the day? I put games on laptops and brought controllers in and just set them up and bust them in the break room, and I was getting my gaming in. Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, we was doing it up. But that's the beauty of handheld gaming. You can take it anywhere with you at all times, and that's why the Switch is so special. Nintendo did not know they had something amazing on their hands when they created this handheld hybrid. Both a console that you can dock to your TV and then take into your hands. And here we are 7 years later, and I play my Switch almost every day. Almost every day. 1,600 hours in this game, 400 hours in that game, 500, 800, 1,000 hours in this game. I never thought in my entire life I would dedicate so many hours to gaming. But with handheld gaming, oh my God, it just puts it right in your hands. I can't tell you how many times that I went to work and we busted Mario Kart tournaments because everybody had a Switch. And we just link up in the break room. Yo, what time you going to lunch? What time you going to lunch? Different departments, different times. Bro, we all break it down. I even had a boss that came in and was like, all right, you was talking shit. So we head to the break room right now. I got my Switch with me. Let's do it. He got his ass whooped. Hey, I ain't got to brag. It's on my channel. Go check out Team Red Show. You can see the actual tournaments we have. Look, I never claimed to be the showstopper. I'm the Red Shogun. I'm the fucking show. Sorry. Look, I ain't tooting my own horn. I am not. When it comes to Mario Kart, anybody who's going against me will testify. I have an unhealthy obsession with Mario Kart and an evilness that comes out of me. When I'm behind you, pause with a red shell. Even if you're my best friend in the world and I love you with every bit of my heart, I'm just gonna be sweating. My draw's gonna be tight. My neck is gonna be all stuffed up. Like my hand gonna be itching to hit that button to shoot you in the back with the red shell, even if we on the same team. Just because Mario Kart, man, it brings the worst out in people. Mario Kart is what it is. If you've been online, you know how crazy it gets. But if you've raced the computer most recently with those updated AIs, you know it's insane. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, handheld gaming, it was the past, it is the present, and it is the future because it's not going away. Handheld gaming gives you the ability to go away from your console. And I'm not talking about just streaming that new PlayStation device that you stream your PlayStation from. To me, that seems stupid. That PSP, y'all need a new one of these. This is what you need to do. Make it like a mini PS4 or a mini PS3. Like, this is what you need. You don't need a streaming device that when you're away from things don't work and you can't take cartridges and you can't put games and stuff like that on. Like, come on, man, bro. Like, come on. If you're going to do a handheld, go all out. This is what handhelds is. In your hands, it's gaming. And you shouldn't have to be hooked to a Wi-Fi network. You shouldn't have to be hooked to a certain network. Like, that's what I like about the Nintendo Switch. Sometimes you can jump on Wi-Fi and play with friends, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Your games are self-reliant. And I love games that are not network required. And you need more of these games because until the world makes a universal Wi-Fi for everyone, it's going to be hard hit or miss because not every place is an open air Wi-Fi state. So if you're in an area that's not an open air Wi-Fi state, games that require Wi-Fi all the time are not going to be your best friend. But these handhelds you can take with you anywhere. They're not too big. I would say the biggest one is the, see that? Let me see if I can zoom out because I zoomed too close. So the biggest one is the Switch, by far. By far the biggest one is the Switch. But on the same token, it's also a tablet and it's also a movie screen. So I get it. But the 3DS, the 2DS, the DS XL, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy SP, and even the PSP, all of those, screen that's just big enough for you to do anything you want to do without disturbing the people around you. And that's the purpose of it. It's handheld. It's for you. You can game anywhere. Sit on the toilet. You could be in the back seat of a car going on a trip. You could be out in your backyard. Some people could be fishing and you ain't feeling fishing. You go right there. You could be camping. But you have the ability to game anywhere and everywhere with a handheld. And this is why physical media needs to be in the market still, because not everybody wants the ability for everything to be digital and to be digitally taken advantage of. Because now we're finding out when you have things digital, you don't own them. You're buying the license to basically use it. But if they lose the license, the copyright, or if they lose the ability to have it, it's taken away from you, and where does your money go? It's gone, because you never owned it. Whether it's movies, whether it's games, we're learning now. We're learning now. The fine print has been put. The stain affected. The key in silence undetected. It's out there. So ladies and gentlemen, as we go into a physical media-less society, I'm telling you, grab a hold of your media, get that media, hold on to it, because the value in it is going to be priceless soon. And I'm not talking about monetary. I'm talking about just dignitary within your heart. It's going to be almost priceless. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the game, I am your host, the Game Ninja. And you asked, what's in the box? What's in those bags? Ladies and gentlemen, I have all the handhelds in those bags with games. I have goodness on standby, goodness to go by, goodness to sit by, goodness why? Because I can. I'm the Game Ninja, and gaming is what I do. So ladies and gentlemen, from the Game Dojo, I am your triumphant host in the heart of Gamer Nation, saying, keep gaming. Your game is on. Keep that game tight like Kobe did on game night. Your game is on, it's strong, and it's on like hot butt maple popcorn. But butter maple popcorn. Pause. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for liking, subscribing, and checking me out. And stay tuned to the channel, because I got a lot more coming for you. These things are going to be absolutely great. Thank you for making me what I am. I only am a reflection of what you guys do for me. From the Game Dojo, I'm out. I love you. Till next time.